Shalom, Israel. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, and I do so by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. Second of all, I'd like to give double honor and glory to the elders who taught us this truth and paved the way for us to come in and go in this truth. Also, I'd like to give a strong shalom to the brethren who are diligent in this truth, seeking after righteousness and fleeing from the lust and cares of this world. But today, I'll be coming with a quick video on be steadfast in this truth or be bold in this truth. And there comes a time, like in this truth, like when you're first in the truth, obviously you have to, you should try to be bold, but after a certain point of you being in this truth, it has to be second nature of you being bold. Like you can't just be easily tempted and draw away to sin. And you gotta be bold for the Lord, no matter what happens. Now, even though it's hard and me, I fall into temptation sometimes too. But overall, we gotta flee temptation and not be sucked into it. But the first verse 1 of the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1 and 2. And it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, which is pork, pig, and were tormented with scourges and whips. And this was during the Greek captivity. So Edomites took 7 of our brethren and their mom, and they beat them, and they're like, oh, you gonna eat this pork. Now slack you for me saying nigga. I don't really cuss in my videos, but I just had to. They were beaten with scourges and whips. But verse 2 is the good part. But one of them that spake first said thus, what should thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. So that's how we in the current time should be. We should be rather ready to die than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Though hard, the Most High, there will be a way if you endure, and if you're ultimately the Lord's elect. Now, with those Maccabees, brethren, the Maccabees, they say the Most High does put trials and tribulation in your way. Well, here's the solution for that. Say the Most High puts trials and tribulation in your way. What do? It's also another mentality you must have. Though he slay me, yet will I put my trust in him, but I will maintain my ways before him. So even though the Most High is making you go through stuff, you still put your trust in him. Even if you're at the brink of death and you know you're gonna die, as long as it's being righteousness, you gotta serve the Lord. The next place I wanted to go to is the book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 13 through 14. Acts 21, 13 and 14. Then Paul, I believe I forgot what land it was, but Paul basically went to the brethren, and I believe the Spirit told him that when he goes to Jerusalem, bad things were gonna happen to him, and the brethren were trying to tell him oh no, bro, don't, Paul, please don't go to Jerusalem. But this is what Paul said. Acts 21, 13 and 14. Acts 21, 13. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep or to break my heart? Paul's like, oh, are you trying to cry so you can break my heart? For I am ready not to be bound only. Paul saying, I'm not ready to only be in prison, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahushua. So that's the same mindset we must be greater with. Not only being in prison and tormented and stuff, but if it has to come to it, be willing to die for the Most High and Yahushua. Verse 14. And when he would not be persuaded, we see saying, the will of the Lord be done. So when Paul, nobody was going to change Paul's mind. I believe Luke wrote Acts. So Luke and all the brethren that were with him in that land, they're the Lord will be done if Paul has to go through it. Which I'm pretty sure they were also not trying to superimpose into the text, but common sense would tell you that if Paul, their leader, was thinking like that, then at some time they would have to think like that too. that they were willing to not only suffer but die for the name of the Lord. Last, last but not least, the final verse I wanted to get. Uh, the final verse is Acts 20 and 24. Let me highlight it real quick. The video cut off, but as I was saying, Acts 20 and 24. But none of this is also Paul speaking. But none of these things move me, neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy. So like that's how we gotta do. Like no matter what we're going through, like we shouldn't be moved. And like we should be wanting to finish our course. Like basically like endure all the trials and tribulations, which is I believe that's finishing your course. Endure all the trials and tribulation in this truth. Finish my course with joy. Like no matter what you go through, you should want to finish your course with joy. And the ministry which I received of the Lord Yahushua to testify the gospel of the grace of God. So like Paul was like didn't care about what he had to go through, but he wanted to finish his course, which is keeping the law and commandments and doing everything he can to be upright, and like also to preach the ministry which he received from Yahushua to testify the gospel. Yeah, my video got off again, but I was basically saying endure all trials and tribulation, and like keep the faith in the truth, and like if we are allowed to be a minister, like whether it be in the spiritual highways and byways or the physical highways and byways, to preach the truth and just preach the truth all throughout your life. But anyways, I hope somebody got edified, and I pray to y'all got something in this video. But I pray y'all pray for things. I pray for y'all, and I pray y'all pray for each other. But I like to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, and I do so by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Shalom.